We have a lot of voices that come in, Greg, but I really respect yours. And here in Arizona at 5-2 with the bye week, what are you seeing out of a Cardinals team that doesn't get a whole lot of national run? What strikes you most?
Well, clearly, I mean, they're a team that I think for the most part is built around their offense. Kyler Murray obviously is the focal point. It's a team that has probably been a little different than some might think. You know, when Cliff Kingsbury came in, everybody thought air raid, they're going to just spread it out. They're going to play with 4 wide receivers all the time, and that's going to be the nature of their offense. Well, that changed pretty much midway through last season when Cliff Kingsbury started running a lot more conventional NFL personnel packages. 11 personnel, meaning 3 wide receivers, even 12 personnel with 2 tight ends. And that's carried over into this season. They still play with 4 wide receivers, but this is a little more conventional than people might think. And their run game is built that way. It's not necessarily a spread the field run game, light in the box like you see in college football. I know Kenyon Drake is hurt now. I don't know how long he's out, but it's, and Kyler Murray, obviously, he's been a little up and down as a passer, but the running element to his game, both improvisationally and design runs, you know, that has really allowed him to be a big factor.
When Steve Keim drafted Kyler Murray and traded off Josh Rosen, they fired Steve Wilkes out here. I mean, there was just a whole slew of moves that were made. And Kenyon Drake did come in last season, a good move by the Cardinals, it looked like, and he is going to be out a few weeks. Chase Edmonds has come in. But I guess when you look at it from your view, do you see, wow, this thing turned in a hurry, it flipped in a hurry? Because they were bottomed out and they were in no man's land.
Well, I think because of Murray, and like I said, I think probably the national narrative may be that, wow, this kid's unbelievable. And being home all summer, as many of us were, for obvious reasons, I actually did a deep dive on Kyler Murray. Probably I did that with 20 quarterbacks this summer and watched, 300 dropbacks. And to be honest with you, I thought he showed flashes as a rookie, but I didn't think overall he was that good as a rookie. Thought he showed flashes. And I think that this year he's been better, but he still, I think, needs to become more consistent as a thrower. I thought the Dallas game, and they won that big, but the Dallas Monday night game I thought was very representative of Kyler to some extent.
Cliff Kingsbury, if you just went back to the day that he was hired, did you scratch your head? Did you say, that's pretty interesting? Has he exceeded? Has he come in below your expectations on this move?
Well, it's a question that when he got hired, I felt pretty comfortable with what my answer was, and it's turned out to be true. And I hate saying it like that because it's not like I'm smarter than anybody else, but I didn't think he'd be able to run that spread 4 wide receiver offense as a foundation in the NFL. And I think, quite honestly, he found that out. So now it's a meaningful part of what they do, but it's not the foundation, because I just don't think in the NFL you can do that as a foundation. And I think he's learned, and look, he probably knows more football than I do, but I think the fact that he's adjusted and schemed is really a credit to him and the coaching staff. And then I think their offense is a really interesting offense to watch. And Murray gives them a really multi-dimensional weapon. And, I think there's more to come.
One defensive player before I get you out of here, and that's Budda Baker. Highest paid safety in the game. I think if you lined up 100 fans and said, who's the highest paid safety in the game? I don't know if many would get Budda Baker. What do you see out of him on film?
Well, he's a guy that can do a lot of things for you. He's a twitchy, explosive athlete. You can line him up on the ball, on the line of scrimmage. He can blitz. You can play him on the back end. He can cover man-to-man on tight ends. He's a complete safety in my view. And his competitive toughness, that's something every coach wants with a safety and on a defense. He's a tempo setter. So, no, he's a really, really good football player.
Greg, good stuff. Appreciate the time and insight. Thanks.
All right, Brad, appreciate it.